Stoicism Minimal Edition. How the Philosophy of the Stoics Work. Understanding and Practicing Stoicism. Learn the Art of Happiness and How to Manage Your Emotions. Written by Richard Avant. Narrated by David Martin. Chapter 1. What is Stoicism? A brief synopsis of this special school of Hellenistic philosophy and its definition. In earliest the 3rd Psyche BC, Stoicism was created by Athens by Zeno of Citium and was practiced by Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius in a famous way. Philosophy claims that virtue such as wisdom is goodness, but judgment should rely on component instead of words. That only we and our answers do not control, nor can we develop on external events. Stoicism has only a few key lessons. It reminds us of the unpredictability of the world. How short is our life moment? How to be stable, strong, and self-controlled. Finally, it's our impulsive dependence on reflection rather than logic that is the source of our dissatisfaction. Stoicism is not about complicated world theories, but about helping us overcome destructive emotions and act on what can be done. It is built for practice, not endless debate. There were 3 primary leaders: the emperor of the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, the strongest man in the world, wrote everyday notes of moderation, compassion, and humility. The horror of slavery has been endured by Epictetus to found his own school, teaching many the best of Rome. Seneca could only think of convincing her wife and friends as Nero turned to him and ordered his suicide. But not only the 3 kings, leaders, musicians, authors, and business people have practiced Stoicism. The Stoicism is a way of life, is demonstrated by both historical and modern people. The Persian king, Frederick the Great, had been told to ride in his saddles with the Stoic works because, in his words, in misfortune they could sustain you. Montaigne, the politician and essayist, was meanwhile struck by a lion from Epictetus, above the study in which he spent most of his time. The founding fathers have also been philosophical inspiration. George Washington had his neighbors introduce himself to Stoicism at the age of 17. Then he played the Cato in order to inspire his men in the dark winter at Valley Forge, whereas Thomas Jefferson, on his beside table when he died, had copies of Seneca. The Stoicism that he learned as a schoolboy under a teacher who had translated Marcus Aurelius' writings had a strong influence on the ideas of economic Adam Smith concerning the interconnections between the globe. Capitalism. In his popular treatise on liberty, the political philosopher John Stuart Mill writes of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism and calls it the highest moral commodity in the old mind. Stoicism varies in a single important way from most existing schools. It is aimed at practical application. It's not an analytical company. It is a tool we can use to develop our skills to better friends and to better people. It is easy to discern that the Roman emperor was Marcus Aurelius without really understanding the gravity of that position. Emperors are deities, ordinary men with personal housing and infinite wealth, until you conclude that Stoics are dour and miserable people. Wonder how would your diary look if you were a dictator? Stoic writing is much easier than the book of philosophy that a university lecturer may write to a yoga session or a pregame warm-up. It is a philosophical preparation where the correct mental state is the critical important part. Stoics performed and build upon the so-called spiritual practices. Stoicism is the ancient theory that the Zeno of Citium, which originated in Greece and then the Roman Empire, founded in ancient Greece. Trauma patients often have a difficult time working with everyday life and healing from traumatic events, in particular spirituality.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?